What's good, everyone? I've been working on this slowly and just finally got around to getting the max level links. So of course we're gonna go ahead and showcase this unit. In terms of the potential system, I went with the level 9 additional attack, level 17 crits. Even though I know this guy builds defense with every super attack for 6 turns, I figured, I'm really not going to use this unit a lot. This is more or less a collector's item, commemorative anniversary unit type deal. So I just went with the crits focus. I tend to be a little bit biased about it from time to time, but I think overall it works out okay. So let's just talk about the unit, all right? And I do have to apologize. The last week I've been extremely busy with work, so I've rarely had time to add in commentary to the videos. So hopefully things will taper off going into next week and whatnot, and I can do it a little bit on a more consistent basis. But let's just go ahead and talk about the unit itself. So again, this is the free-to-play Super Strength Ultra Instinct Goku unit. Leader skills representatives of Universe 7 category. Ki plus 3 HP attack and defense increase of 66%. Super attack will cause supreme damage to enemy and also raises defense for 6 turns. Again, that's why, if you do decide to go a little bit heavier toward additional attack, you can certainly do so. But in my case, I just went with critical hits. Now with the passive skill, attack and defense increase of 66% plus an additional attack increase of 66% and a high chance of evading enemies attack, including super attacks, for 6 turns from the start of turn, plus an additional attack increase 11% with each attack performed up to 66%. Now the only thing about this guy is basically it's a little bit restricted in terms of like the high chance to evade. You're only able to do it for 6 turns from the start of the turn. So again, like, it's a little bit unique in that regard, I guess. But yeah, it's certainly a little bit of a wonky setup there. But in terms of the links, you've got Kamehameha, which at level 10 you're looking at attack increase of 10% when performing a super attack. Godly Power is attack increase of 15% and chance of performing a critical hit increased by 5%. Over in a Flash is Ki plus 3, attack increase of 7%. Prepare for Battle is Ki plus 2, attack and defense increase of 5%. The First Awakened is attack increase of 25% and defense increase of 10%. And then the Tournament of Powers is Ki plus 3, attack and defense increase of 7%. And then in terms of categories, of course, this guy has a lot of categories that he's under. Realm of Gods, Universe Survival, Saga, Pure Saiyans, Representatives of Universe 7, Goku's Family, Kamehameha, Turtle School, Miraculous Awakening, and Power of Revival. Now at 100%, as you saw, the stats are the following. HP is 9,666, attack is 9,906, and defense is 6,426, and the 12 key multiplier is 130%. And you guys probably noticed at this point, I did pair this unit up with the EZA version of UI Goku. They tend to pretty much activate all the links, even prior to the transformation itself. And now that, the guy's transformed, you can expect a lot of dodges, the ability to stack up attack and defense. So in some ways, this guy might outshine the free-to-play STR version, but honestly, that's to be expected, considering, how good this unit became with the EZA. So again, ultimately I ran these guys together because they link up very, very well. And then we are throwing in floating support like the Supreme Kaya Time, as well as the Topo unit. Those guys are very phenomenal support units in my opinion. Provide the attack and defense, also drops enemies defense. In some cases you'll be able to activate higher chances of crits built in on the skill sets for some of the units. So again, just a combination of that. I didn't really run like a double support rotation. I kind of wanted to keep it a little bit consistent in terms of just making sure the partner is one that shares a lot of link skills, not just from a supporting passive standpoint, so to speak. That's kind of the purpose of the max level link showcases, right? Is pretty much, in some ways, it's a matter of how often or how many links you can activate depending on a partner unit, so to speak. So again, in this case, the intelligence type UI Goku is the best. I did throw in like 2 clips at the end of the STR LR UI Goku as well, just to show you guys how the free-to-play UI Goku would link up with him. So just to kind of give you kind of additional insight, I guess, so to speak. I did include like 2 rotations just for that. Now, I think ultimately, right, the only case where these units ever Dokkan awakened was like the SSJ1 to Super Saiyan 2 state, I think. Outside of that, I don't think you really can awaken these guys progressively, right? And that's kind of the problem, right? Is, it'd be nice to have links like at least shattering the limit or something where you do get that additional key boost as well. Not that it's necessarily a problem, but for example, if you decide to run all the anniversary units in one team, you're definitely going to run into some key issues. So, that's the only reason why I'm saying, they ought to at least awaken them to a better state and just provide at least a shattering the limit link skill. You know what I mean? It would probably make them a little bit more viable too, but I guess ultimately at the end of the day, these are more or less, again, like I said at the beginning, these are just anniversary celebration specific units. They're not really meant to be ran on a regular basis. That's pretty much why they give you so many copies of it during the celebration itself through logins and missions and whatnot. So it's not really a varsity squad type player, I guess, in a way, but nice little JV unit to have, I guess, in some regard. But I mean, overall, look, I really wanted to test this unit out ever since we got a copy, and it's been some time now, but that's really, it really does tell you how long it actually takes to go through, grinding links, right? It's, if you really want to get the, all 10s, yeah, I mean, in some cases it'll take longer than others. I don't know, for whatever reason, sometimes it's just that one damn link skill takes forever, you know what I mean? And in some cases, it's taken me like at least a week for one link to go from level 9 to level 10. And, that's kind of, normal procedure, I guess, in a way, but it's certainly annoying at times. A little bit discouraging too, I guess, in a way, but it's better to have it than not. For those that think the link skill system is a terrible idea, just consider the fact that what we get from it far outweighs the painful grind itself. So for me, I rather have this than revert back to not having it. You know what I mean? It's especially beneficial for some of the older units that really get that extra boost, because in the past it was basically like attack increase of 300 flat rate. Now in some cases that have changed to like attack increase of 15% or 20%. That is a hell of a difference to make. And in some cases you do see that from a level 1 versus level 10 comparison. So it's certainly a good system to have. Is just the process of grind is quite painful. That's all that is. Okay, so I think in terms of like, let's just switch gears and let me give you kind of my thoughts on the anniversary itself so far. Obviously, we just started part 2, and the legendary banners are going to drop sometime, probably next Tuesday. But at this point, I do feel pretty good about the anniversary so far. I think the fact that they released the Easy A for the UI Goku unit, I think that kind of really did win brownie points among us. You know what I mean? Like, I think as long as they really should do this with part 3, if they include the traditional Extreme Z battle stages for the AGL Evolution Vegeta, and then throw in, the Easy A for an LR, which I assume is the full power Roshi, and have a couple of events, maybe a new stage on Infinite Dragon Ball History or something, updates to the story event. I think at that point it would be an overall success. Now, when it comes to like the rainbow tickets, where as of now we really don't have any idea on what they are, besides the fact that they might potentially be an LR guaranteed banner, or LR selected banner or ticket, or whatever the case is. Nobody really knows, but I think in my opinion they're probably going to save it to part 3. They'll probably just milk it till the very end, along with the 66 LR guaranteed multi. I feel like they're just going to make us wait till part 3. That's my opinion, but we'll see what happens. I mean, it's not a big deal if it is, but it's just kind of like, why announce something like that so far in advance, and then we have no knowledge of it up until like the very end of the celebration? It'd be nice to get some sort of indication as to what potentially it's about, but I guess the anticipation potentially makes it better. So maybe that's just the way we'll have to think about it and hope for the best, I guess, in a way. But so this is again, switching back to the showcase itself. This is the rotation where I did throw in the STR LR version of UI Goku instead of the Easy 8 Int version. So I did want to provide at least 2 rotations where you are able to see that. The only difference between this rotation and the other is the STR version does not have the first awaken link skill, so you're not going to be able to activate that. And also, you know, it's a pretty decent amount. It's like 25% toward attack or something like that, right? If I remember correctly. Yeah, attack increase of 25% and defense increase of 10%. So it's a pretty decent link to potentially lose out on, but you could easily make it up with, you know, support units on the rotation or whatever the case is. But I did want to clarify the 2 distinctive differences between the 2 rotations. But anyways, this is going to be the summary, I guess, in a way, of the 100% showcase of the free-to-play 6-year anniversary STR UI Goku unit. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. Again, I don't know if I'd recommend you guys go through the link leveling grind, let alone the rainbowing and the potential system process, but you know, hopefully you enjoyed the video. You get kind of an indication as to how this unit performs at max potential. So again, thanks for watching. As always, I will catch you guys next time. All right, peace out.